If you're a founder trying to use YouTube to get clients, you probably heard 1,000 different strategies. Copy outlier videos, be consistent, build a personal brand. It's overwhelming. You got a business to run, you probably have a small family to raise, and on top of that, you gotta be this YouTuber. It's why most founders quit making video content before they ever got their first client from YouTube. I spent 10 years as a business owner figuring all this out the hard way, paying for coaching programs, making wrong videos for the wrong audience. Eventually, I figured out a system that actually works. And it's not about going viral. I get clients who DM me from videos that has 29 views. So I distilled it down to this one-page business blueprint. This is the exact strategy that I use for myself and what I teach every single client. Let's go. All right, so I have the business blueprint here. There's 6 blocks to making a successful online business where YouTube is the backbone of it. All right, so the first one is you got to figure out your why. Why are you doing this online business? And for me, it's usually having some sort of Google sheet where you list down your monthly living costs. It was very painful at first because I don't want to face the numbers. So for example, my family, we need at least $2,000 just to pay off the bills. So the monthly living cost is your rock bottom amount of money that you need just to survive. So it's very important to know this number. So the second sheet that I have is the dream list. What kind of income to live the life that you want? So if you want to send your kids to private school, like list that in. If you want to buy like a BMW, whatever, how much does that cost every month with all the maintenance? If you want to live in a nice house, how much would that cost? Just add that in. So if you were to live this life that you dream of, how much does it cost? So for me, it was about maybe $10,000, and it's enough to live a dream life here in Malaysia, right? So you need to define your why. A lot of people skip this, so they don't know what they're actually working towards. Very important. So that's step number 1, okay? So step number 2 is you're gonna have an offer schedule. You as a business owner, you have to proactively promote your thing. But the problem is you can't be promoting the same thing all the time because then your audience will get fatigued. So that's why I have the second part right here, which is the offer schedule. So basically every week of the month, I would know what offer to promote and when to take a break, okay? Because when you promote an offer and it never closes, people don't really want to take action because they know it's always going to be there. So by having a set open and close date, it will entice people to actually want to work with you eventually because there's a scarcity, right? So week 1, usually I would promote one offer. I would pick one offer and then I'm going to promote it. So week 2, I'm going to remind them that the offer will be closing soon. Week 3, I'm not going to promote anything. I'm just going to educate my audience. And week 4, I'm going to start promoting another offer, which is different than offer 1. Okay, so does this make sense? Because this to me really relieved the anxiety of like, hey, what am I going to be promoting this month? How am I going to make money? Okay, so now we have the offer schedule. What are we going to promote? That's where we go to the third block over here, which is the offer letter. So this is something that a lot of people, let's say Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozi, mention stuff like this. This is the concept is called offer letter, meaning you would have something for free and then something that's a little bit more expensive and a little bit more expensive, a little bit more expensive, all the way up to your flagship thing, whatever that could be. So the further up you go, the more access somebody has to you to help them in their business. So the further down they go, it's more scalable, it's more automated, but they have least access to you. So what I notice from doing businesses for these past years, some people who have a painful problem and they've been watching your videos, they feel that you could be the person that can help them and they're ready, they would pay for your mentorship or done for you right away. But for most people, they're not ready or they don't want the mentorship or the most expensive thing. Sometimes they just want a consult. Maybe they just want a community. Maybe they just want this one-time thing from you. Or maybe they just want your free guide. But they still like you. They want to be in your network. So that's where this offer letter comes in. So when we go back to the offer schedule, let's say offer number 1, you can pick one of these things that you're going to be promoting each week. And then offer number 2, just pick something else. It doesn't really matter. So I know for some of you, it's a little hard to map this out for yourself, which is why I help business owners in my mentorship and in my consults. Okay, so now you know what you're going to be promoting week number 1, week number 4, what kind of stuff can you promote from this offer letter. So how are we going to promote our thing? That's where we go to the 4th box right over here, which is to make YouTube videos. The biggest problem that I've done on my YouTube channel was that I wasn't clear who I was really targeting. So I paid a lot of consultations with other people who helped me try to get to the bottom of this. And then the coach or the consultant asked, tell me, who are you really targeting? And then I said, well, I'm targeting people who want to quit their 9 to 5, or I'm trying to target business owners who's already successful, but now they want to add YouTube, or I'm trying to target people who are not confident to be on camera. And then the consultant said, Helmi, those are 3 different audiences. You got to pick one. So now I only target business owners who already have a working offer. So there could be a coach, consultant, mentor. They've been getting clients from LinkedIn or paid ads, but now they want to add YouTube, but they don't know how. Okay? So pick one audience only, super important. And it's very hard for you to pick one audience. And this is exactly how I help my clients figure this out together. So now you know who you're trying to target, right? You're making content for. Then we move to the content mix. The content mix is basically the kind of videos that you're going to be making throughout this whole thing. And I visualize it in this way: 5%, 25%, 75%. The further up you go, the more specific the video title gets. The further down you go, the more broad and more mass appeal it is. Okay, so let me explain. 75%, we're going to be very specific to your niche. So your target audience, for me, is business owners who wants to be on video but they don't know how to begin. They have a bunch of problems with video. Maybe they fear people are going to judge them. Maybe they fear that they're going to waste all this time and money making videos and nobody's going to watch. So most of my videos, 75%, will be tackling and handling that objection. Okay, so the 25% would be not really teaching anything, but I'm trying to reach a broader audience, but it's still relevant to the target audience. So for example, my channel is about getting clients from YouTube for business owners, very specific. So what are other things I could be talking about that would still be relevant to my target audience? So for example, it could be something to do with personal finance. I could be like, here's how to figure out how much should your business make for an ideal income. Something like that. And then 5% down here, and these telling stories about my journey as a business owner. So the failures that I had, the wins, mostly failures, but then what are the insights that I get from it? So the whole point of this is to connect and make people feel like you're relatable and you get them. So this is the good content mix. And if you don't have this content mix and you only do specific things, most of your videos not going to get that many views and you're going to burn out and quit. If you just do this, then you may get views, but you're not seen as an expert in your topic. And if you just do this, then people relate to you, but they don't really know what you do. That's why you need a good content mix, and this is the best way to think about content and strategy moving forward as a business owner, not as a creator. The bridge formula here is basically we're going to teach something very specific, but we're going to wrap it up in a way that broader people, more mass appeal, would be interested in your very specific topic. So now let's say you're making one YouTube video a week, which is the minimum. Then we're gonna start promoting our offers. Remember, we can't just wait for YouTube to do all the work for us. That may happen when you reach a certain audience size, but especially when you're starting out, you have to actively promote your offers, all right? So again, you're gonna start with the first thing, which is pick your offer that you're gonna be promoting this week. Let's say you're in week 1, you gotta pick one offer. So pick something here that you're gonna be promoting this week, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna run approximately a 7-day email campaign. So there's a beginning and there's an end for week 1. The end is when you will close and stop taking intake for that particular offer. So every day there's going to be some sort of email telling a story and then getting people to click here to go check out that thing that you're trying to promote. Then you want to repurpose these emails into 3 types of content for your social media. You have long text, which is for your YouTube community, LinkedIn and Facebook. And then you would have your short text for X and Threads. And then you have short videos, which is for basically all platforms. So you can use a social media scheduling software to schedule all these posts so you don't have to do it manually. Instead of thinking of what should you post, all of your content will come from your email. The last thing is you still have to do outbound. So unless if your YouTube videos are doing so well that you have so many inbound leads, but when you're starting out, you probably have to kickstart stuff and initiate reaching out to potential clients. So that is called networking. And basically you got to go on LinkedIn, join communities, start talking to people. And the reason why you want to do this is 2 reasons. I didn't really get this at first, but the first one you want to do is do market research. So sometimes when you want to promote or create an offer over here, you think this is what your ideal clients want, but maybe that's not what they want. So sometimes you reach out to people, have a conversation, and maybe you're like, hey, you're kind of a fit for this offer that I'm trying to do. Would you be open for like a 30-minute call where I ask you questions about this that would help you in your journey? All I want in exchange is a testimonial or something. Most people would say yes. So you go on to the call, you're going to collect all these really valuable insights from a potential client, and that would help you refine your offer. So that's market research, number one. And number two is get offline opportunities. So either you're trying to find clients online on LinkedIn or you're trying to get a job. It's the same thing. So a lot of opportunities out there, they're not advertised online. So sometimes when you have a conversation with people, when you're networking, and then you explain what you do, and then you give value, you make them like you, then they were like, hey, you know what? Our company actually needs this, but we don't advertise it online because that costs money. But because you were talking to me and now you might be a good fit, would you like to do this or would you like this job? So there you go. I've boiled down the online business into this one pager. So every day, if I feel like I do get lost still, what am I going to do this week, today? I don't know. So I just look at this. Where am I in the week? What am I going to be promoting? I need to make YouTube videos. Which type of video am I going to do today? If I don't know how to make a title, then this is the formula. And then, okay, I got to promote my thing. What do I do? Oh, these things. Did I do this? Did I do this yet? Or did I not do this? And then, oh, I also still have to do outbound. So this is a really valuable guide to help me feel grounded and basically gives me a compass, because if I don't have this, I'm just gonna be doing random things throughout the day just to make me feel like I'm doing something, but it's not really moving the needle. So now you have the plan. But the hardest thing for many of you is making that first authority video that actually gets you clients. So luckily for you, I made a free template that walks you through it step by step, and it's free. Link in the description below. And if you want to see this system working for other experts who get clients from YouTube without going viral and having thousands of views, watch this video next.